Good morning, and thank you for inviting me to share in your graduation. I'm honored to be here. This is probably the most difficult talk I've ever had to give. For the first time, I'm honestly at a loss about giving guidance in the current world we live in. As a white man, I don't even think it's my place to do so, but I will try. I think the most difficult thing for white people who have ignored racism since the beginning of time is that there's never been an honest conversation about race. Why? Because these conversations are very, very uncomfortable. I participated in the civil rights movement in the 1960s. This movement is different. Young people of all skin colors are demonstrating today. It's just not black people on the streets. Why is that? Well, let's examine. You're too young to know that there was a time when there were no mobile phones and there were no cameras on a mobile phone. A picture says 1,000 words. A video is even more powerful than that. Today, we have the power to capture injustice as it has happened and share it with the world in milliseconds. Technology has given us that power. We didn't have that power when I was a young person. We do not have to depend on Fox or CNN to tell us about racial injustice. We can see it on the social networks. And now, because of mobile phones, we know the names of faces like Justin Howe, Jamel Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, Eric Gardner, Michael Brown, and of course, George Floyd. We can no longer ignore Black Lives Matter. Now it's 2020, a time of conflict and upheaval. And we're sending you off in the next part of your journey at a difficult time. But keep in mind that you're sent out in a time when you control the stories in the news. Raise your voices. Tell your white friends to raise their voices too. Force the conversations. You're not too young. I listened to two of your fellow students talk about what they would do about the pandemic, and the answers were brilliant. In fact, I said to Miss Moda, they should be running New York City. So don't think you're not smart. Finally, I encourage you to take every opportunity to learn a new skill and knowledge. Never, never pass that up. Every night, I want you to think about the day. What went well? What could you have done better? Did you say something that you regret? And then make a list of what you're going to do better tomorrow. Because that is what life's about. It's about improving what we do every day that we're on the planet. And finally, be kind. When you come to school, say good morning. Or if you see a teacher and she worked hard the day before to teach you something, thank him or her. Smile at another student. Say, I'm glad to see you today. If you see a student having a bad day, have the power and courage to go up to that person and ask them, is there something I can do for you? You see, when you're kind to others, the world opens up to you. You no longer think about yourself. You think about what's going on all around you. And you start to think about what it is you can do to make the world a better place. As I said earlier, I'm 81 years old. That's why I have these pods on, because I can't hear. But I believe I was an old white guy with a passion for teaching. Even if I helped 2 or 3 students a year, my wife said, Harold, you're doing the best you can. I'm rooting for you. I love your dedication. You inspire me. You have accomplished a lot to get to this point in your life. And I want to leave you with a quote by James Baldwin, who is someone everyone should read. He said, the world is before you, and you need not take it or leave it as it was when you came. Again, congratulations. I love you all. I care about you. And if there's anything I can do for you, you know where to find me. And I will do what I can. Thank you.